Dude, where's my car? Where's your car, dude?
Who told you you can eat my cookies?
Well, all I hear all day long at school is how great Marcia is at this or how wonderful Marcia did that. Marcia, Marcia, Marcia.
Pizza! Pizza, pizza, going Tommy. Me so hungry, me so hungry.
It is the Al Travis Show, and we're lucky to have him back with us. He is Professor Michael Wells. He is a professor of computer muckety-muck stuff at Mankato State University, Mankato, Minnesota State, Mankato. No one's ever going to catch on. My generation is going to have to leave before anybody realizes it's not Mankato State. Minnesota State, Mankato. Mr. Wells, thanks for coming on.
It's good to be here, Al. I want you to know you must be high on the list. I drug myself out of bed. We didn't get home till super late last night.
I appreciate it. We have so much to talk about. I'm glad you said you would. Couple little about through history, though. I think you and I have been doing radio for about 5 years now.
I'd say it's all of that, yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not saying I'm the lucky charm here, but let's go back. The first year we had you on, we almost got the Al Travis logo on the floor of the gym, the racquetball center there at Mankato State. It would have been so cool.
The what? What'd you call it, Al?
Mankato State?
No.
Minnesota State, Mankato.
It's handball center. Handball center.
Oh,
handball
center.
Well,
handball center. Okay, it's like racquetball, but it's not. But we almost had that done. So I kind of think I'm your lucky charm. This really turned the sway of handball in Minnesota and the country.
Well, I guess you got to think what you got to think, Al.
I got to think of it. This close to getting that stupid cow with horns off the floor and put my picture there. I was very excited about it. For folks who want to know, truth is, I have a cigar in my logo, and of course, we can't have that sort of thing indoors. So I was ixnayed. That's how I remember it. That's the story. That's what I'm thinking of. For folks who maybe didn't catch you last week, we had you on last week because you guys were 4-time national champions for handball up here. And it's the most least talked about thing in Minnesota when it comes to sports. You guys kill it. And I presume it's because it's a club sport, right?
Yeah, it is kind of a niche sport, right? So there were 200-ish men and women at the tournament, 30 schools about, but a lot of the schools, it's University of Texas, Texas A&M.
Yeah.
I mean, they're big schools. So we're competing against everybody.
And that's to the point. That's how you become national champions. And when we talked on Thursday, you guys had done this 4 years in a row.
Right.
And
we're going for 5.
And not that a lot of people ask about it, but when I have the opportunity to drop it down, I do let them know that your strategy is you go shopping for kids worldwide, right? You spend a lot of time in Ireland writing it off on the books because it's a business trip.
That's almost a true statement. We're not writing anything off, but I have gone to Ireland. We do have some Irish players on the team. We've had a young man from Canada. We definitely recruit all across the United States, right? So we're literally, I don't want to be conceited. We are literally the best handball school in the world right now. So it's easy to recruit people.
And for folks who don't know, you go to Ireland because basically since the potato famine, they haven't had rackets for racquetball. So that's why handball's taken up such a big thing. Would be historically correct?
Yeah, I guess it's the great racket shortage of whatever, right?
1930s, yes. The great racket shortage. All right. So anyway, you do all this great recruiting. But another weird thing about you, which quite frankly, no one else is doing, you don't even care. Anybody can show up to Mankato State and say, hey, I want to take the one credit gym class to get that off of my math scholarship. Go join handball and say, this is kind of fun and I can play for your team, right? I mean, you got to just buy jerseys. You don't care. You're not going to run out of numbers. You're a math guy.
Yeah, that's the difference between us and varsity sport. And like Kevin Beisman told me, once we were talking about like the women's basketball national championship and what we're doing. And I said, we don't have the same kind of thing that they have. I mean, they're a varsity athletic program, right? And he's like, yeah, but you're competing against your cohort. And so I appreciated his sentiments there. It's true. We're different because anybody can do it instead of just having to be really super awesome. And we don't care as long as you know the criteria, Al. Got to love handball. Got to be a nice person.
And the nice person thing is just funny because it sounds like a slogan, but you'd have to drive back with these people from St. Louis. They better be nice people, or you're not on my team. I can see that criteria.
Yeah, if you want an education, hop in a van with 5 college kids and travel 8 hours. You'll get one.
I can't even imagine the music you had to hear. But all that being said, the thing about handball in this situation as well, all of those kids could travel with you, right? And then they're organized. So in the bottom division, I don't know how in the 5A, I don't know how you guys rank it in the least experienced division, the crappy kids. Do you call them the crappy kids? When those kids play, you
we
don't.
do not call them crappy kids, Al.
What?
I mean, I'm not a participation ribbon guy, but we're not calling people crappy kids. That much I do know.
Fair enough, but I mean, whatever that division is, there's the open, anybody can play, and there'll be somebody there to tell you how, right? I mean, anybody can come and play. Yep. And that's the cool thing about it.
It is the cool thing, and actually we've had national titles come down to a novice women's match at the end of the tournament. And that's one of the things that, because each school can score with 6 men and 6 women. So some schools might only have 6. So you get down to the end and you're like, oh my gosh, I need this player who's been playing less than a year to
do
win.
something. Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so that's the great part about it, honestly.
See, and that is cool. So how many people did you bring down?
We took 24 people. We took 15 men and 9 women. And, just to emphasize that point just a little bit, like even if you're not one of the top 6 players on our roster or in the tournament, like if we're competing against Texas A&M and you're below that and you play a Texas A&M player and beat them, they go down a bracket and score fewer points. So everybody can contribute even if they're not a scorer.
Oh, see. Oh, that's what's kind of cool about this whole thing. So let's start off. I'll just pick men's first because I'm seeing a trophy. The men's division, how did you all do?
Yeah, so we had like a great year. The men's team had it wrapped up on Thursday. We really are hitting the tail end of 2 years ago. I think we had what I would consider the best men's collegiate team ever. You score through top 6. If I'd have entered 7 through 12, we'd have finished second. We had like just a ton of really awesome players. So we did win the men's for the 5th time in a row.
Wow.
Yeah, it was awesome. And we had some people compete on the men's side for individual titles. So Mark Doyle won his 2nd men's open title.
Is that Mark Doyle or O'Doyle?
It is not O'Doyle, but he is from Ireland. He's a really great kid. He's ranked like number 6 on the Pro Tour right now. So like he's a legit, it's very rare to have somebody in a college program that is ranked on the Pro Tour, but this kid is unbelievable. And so he won. We also then he teamed up with Brian Trejo from California, and they won the men's open doubles. That was a great win. And then we had 2 other kids get to the national title matches. Nick Cairns from Chicago won the A division. That's the one right underneath open. And Nick's a senior, so it was great to see him end on like a super positive note.
That's great.
And then actually we have a new player, and he's from MVL High School.
Oh, really?
His name's Aaron Black, and Aaron made it all the way to the B2 final. His parents drove out from New Ulm to watch him play, and he unfortunately lost to a kid from Texas A&M, but like he's gonna be a super awesome player if he hangs in there with it. So yeah, it's great.
And on that line, I'm going to go to break, and then we'll talk both the women's and the championship thing itself. But on that, as I understand it, you don't have scholarships to give away. These kids are coming here to go to college for college's sake because they want to play handball here, right? I mean, that handball brought them to MSU for you.
Yeah, there's some we do have some scholarship dollars that I've raised, but for the most part, you're coming to further your education. And then actually there's a scholarship fund through the USHA for college kids that teach handball to either youth or other college aged players. And we had 7 players get those scholarships because we teach a lot of handball to a lot of different people.
But I'm imagining that's not free ride to MSU. These are scholarships.
No, right, yeah,
that's what I'm saying. You're not handing out scholarships like they're doing on the football team.
No, but we do have some significant scholarship dollars. So we've got some really nice supporters of our program.
And I presume if they haven't done it yet, the management there at MSU is thinking about maybe throwing Mike a 10% bonus for every kid he brings to the school, right? I mean, you're going out there bringing them in for handball.
Yeah.
No,
that would be good.
That would okay. I'll bring it up.
I like it. The last thing I want to mention on the men's side is we did
Yep.
end up with 3 All-Americans. So
Oh.
All-Americans go to those kids at American schools, because there are some Irish schools that send people to the U.S. collegiates.
Okay.
So you got to be in the top 4. So Mark Doyle and Brian Trejo were in the doubles, and then Zach Wells, my oldest son, was All-American too. So he finished tied for 11th. So
Good for him.
Yeah, it's a great little accolades for those top players, actually.
Fantastic. All right, that's just the men's side. And he
Yeah, we got
became
more.
the champion of the 5th time. And I will talk about the others right after this. He's Michael Wells. Yeah, it's a hidden secret up there at MSU.
When the stakes are high at the Minnesota Capitol, you need more than a lobbyist. You need a partner. At Momentum Advocacy, we bring nearly 90 years of combined experience in government relations, public affairs, and strategic communications. From nonprofits to national corporations, we help organizations navigate Minnesota's political landscape with integrity, insight, and results. Whether you need legislative champions or headlines, Momentum Advocacy delivers. For more, visit momentum-advocacy.com. Momentum Advocacy, your friends at the Capitol.
Chanhassen Dinner Theatres proudly presents Guys and Dolls, packed with comedy, romance, dazzling dance numbers, and unforgettable characters. This Tony Award-winning Best Musical takes you from the gritty streets of New York to the colorful cafes of Havana. It's a high-rolling musical spectacular everyone will love. Don't wait. Visit chanhassendt.com and grab your tickets today. Guys and Dolls, Chanhassen Dinner Theatres, always entertaining you.
Easily offended? The Al Travis Show is not for you. The Al Travis Show. All sides are welcome.
We've got him as a winner. He's Professor Mike Wells out of MSU. We're talking about the handball group there. We talked about the men's 5-time champions. What about on the women's side? How'd they do?
Yeah, the women's was a lot closer. Missouri State has a really good group of freshmen and sophomore women, and so we really battled with them until Saturday. So, like if we had one less loss or one more loss in the preliminary round, the women would have finished runner-up. But they were able to pull out their 3rd in a row. So
Wow.
we're really super proud of those Lady Mavs. They did a wonderful, wonderful job.
And any individual acolytes and all that? Give us like you do with the men.
Yeah, so we had Katie Heller and Abby Strong. Katie's actually a Mankato West grad. They won the women's B doubles, so that was exciting for them. And then we had a pretty rare occurrence. Clodagh Monroe, who is from the north of Ireland, not Northern Ireland. I learned it's the north.
The north.
Right?
Okay, yes.
She is a 3-time Open women's champion. There's only been 3 other women in history to have ever done that. So she has entered rare territory. And then
does she have room for another year? Or has she got another year on her?
She's done. Yeah, she's done. But it's it's wonderful. There's no disappointment there.
All right.
She teamed with Hannah Grace, who's also from Ireland, to finish runner-up in the women's doubles. So it was wonderful week for the women. It was great.
Are you able to watch all those matches? I mean, I presume with everybody playing, they're all over at the same time. Are you able to see much of that?
I am blessed with we have 3 assistant coaches that were there. John Stoffel, who is my longtime friend and doubles partner, Karina Pace and Adrian Anderson, who played for us for 4 years. Now they've been on the staff for 4 or 5 years. And then we have a graduate assistant, Ray Ure, who won the collegiates last year. So we kind of split up so that everybody's got a coach at their matches. Because, it's impossible for me to be at all of those matches. And they do a wonderful job. I'm so blessed to have such a support group.
And do they tape all of them? I know I saw some online, but it looked like somebody's cell phone. Do they tape said stuff so you can go back later as a coach and go watch each of the matches? Are you able to catch up?
We stream them all on our Facebook group. And then the USHA has a live stream YouTube channel that the ones on the show court. It's a brand new National Handball Center in St. Louis that was still under construction. And so, there's lots of ways to go back and watch your matches. We do watch a lot of film just to see ourselves. And then occasionally, like if we had there was a freshman from Ireland who's a really, really good player. So we had watched a lot of film on her. We did meet her in the final, and Clodagh, there's a lot of dog in Clodagh. She just does not lose, I'm telling you. So she did a great job.
All right. So the women, again, 3 peats, men are 5 peats. But this is the weird thing about handball, which, I mean, it's kind of cool. Then you have the combined, right? Put the men and women together and see how you do.
Yeah. So before I tell you what happened there, but since we won the men's and the women's, we kind of know exactly what happened there, Al.
Do they not, and I'm wrong, I guess, yes, that makes some sense, but do they not have combined men-women teams that play as well? Or are there no mixed doubles?
No mixed doubles. You just take the top 6 women and top 6 men who scored in those, and you add their points together. So we won the combined for the 5th straight time. The record is 8. So, but if you win it 8 times in a row, like Lake Forest College did, like you've got more than one recruiting class going through there. You didn't just recruit, one good set of players. So we're moving into that next set. It's pretty important. I do want to highlight a couple things for the women.
Sure.
There's a most improved. And so they take where you finished last year. Like if you finished 100th and then you finished, 50th, you'd improve 50 spots. So it's not always the marquee players that make a difference. So Emma Wolf, she was most improved for us of the entire tournament. So it's really quite an honor and a tribute to how hard she's worked on her game. So it's great.
And out of curiosity, what is the regimen? It's not like basketball or football where you have set times you can practice. This year-round, kids can play this game year-round to get better, or do you have seasons?
Yeah, we'll kind of at least I'm going to take a break here for a little bit. But yeah, it starts in August and we play tournaments and everybody works as a team practice and then individually with a coach until this is kind of the pinnacle of February. And now we'll have some tournaments after this and they can kind of, you kind of got to manage. It's hard to play 3-4 times a week year round. It's hard on your body. So we encourage people to take a break and do other stuff, generally in the summer. And we'll have activities going on all year round, really.
All right. We only have 1 minute left. I want to go. Congratulations, Coach. I think that is fantastic. Good for you and all the players up there. If somebody's interested, they're listening, is like, you know what, I think handball would be a lot of fun. I always thought it'd be a great sport. Maybe they go there. How do they get a hold of you? How do they get started?
Yeah, you can check out our Facebook page, and we have an exciting new partnership to announce. So the YMCA is going to have an after-school handball program on Thursdays. And we're going to start this Thursday. So if you're a high school kid and you want to try a sport that's really good to cross-train for other sports, come to the Y after school on Thursday, and we'll have the Mavericks will be there putting on exhibition and helping kids that want to learn the sport.
And just if it's YMCA in Mankato, we're around here statewide, but I mean, I don't want kids just showing up to the Y at their local Y and getting in trouble. Coach, love having you on. Congratulations. I think it's fantastic. 5 in a row is just fantastic. Congrats.
Thank you, Al. We appreciate the support.
He's Professor Michael Wells right up there at MSU. Check him out.
At LGH Wealth Management, our mission is to create financial empowerment through independent